Hi, Andrew here, and I'm back. And it's the new year, and I resolved this year to... No, I'm just kidding. If you saw my last video, you know what I think of New Year's resolutions. I've been away for 4 months because Labor Day kicked the shit out of me. I can remember back in the long ago, in the time before blackface Hitler decided to rip our culture apart in the hopes of getting himself a majority government. The time before when the fat fascist fuckwit of Queen's Park decided not to sacrifice the health and mental well-being and educations of a generation of our children because he was worried that some old people might get a flu. I remember that time back then. And back in that time, I remember going into the cafeteria to get my morning coffee on the Tuesday after Labor Day and hearing the parents celebrating. Yay, the kids are back in school. You're happy that your children are no longer in the house? Well, why the fuck did you have them? I had 3 and I started at 40. If I'd started earlier, I'd have more. I can't get enough time with the little monsters. The little creeps are they're everything. And so I spend the entire summer playing with them, doing fun stuff with them, just being there, just sitting in the house. And Labor Day rolls around, and now they're going back to school. And yes, they have to have an education. I get that. And I don't have the time to homeschool them. They've got to go back to school. But it's more than just that they go back to school. Now they go back to their friends. Yes, their friends come during the summer, but their friends come for an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours a day. I have them for all the rest of the time. My boys. We don't talk about the boys. We talk about my boys, the children, my children. They're my kids. And they're at the core of my existence. And they're the reason I'm still alive. Subject of another video. And on Labor Day, we plan out the next year, and they go back to school. For any of you Americans watching and don't understand this, Ontario schools go back the day after Labor Day. It's just the way it is. That's what our school schedule is. So we know that the first Tuesday of September, the kids are out of the house for most of the day, and they're not mine anymore. They belong to their teachers, to the schools, to their extracurricular activities, to their friends, and I don't see them. I don't get nearly as much time with them. When that happens, I get sad. And this year, I realized that my oldest, this is his mid-year. He's in year 2 in high school. I only got a couple more summers with him before I may not even have that, but before he's working through the summers, going off to college or university, setting out on his own life. And this wonderful kid who 15 years ago made me a father and then a daddy will be gone. And the great tragedy of parenthood is you spend so much time, you invest so much of yourself into raising these little critters and turning them into citizens, into people, into fine young men who can take care of themselves. You literally put all of yourself into getting them ready to leave you. I don't want them to be gone. Very selfishly, I don't want them to be gone. But they have to be. And so I'm in this conflict with myself. No, there's no conflict. There's no conflict. That's a bad way to put it. I'm in this conundrum that I'm putting all of this effort into turning them into the wonderful men that I know they'll be. And those wonderful men will then leave me because they have to. That's the nature of life. And they'll be gone and I won't have them around anymore. And I don't want that. And it really hit me, and it hit me hard in September. And I spent the next 3+ months wading through this horrendous gray mist of depression. I've actually retagged my website, standupright.ca, navigating the third act through the gray mist of depression. It's a refocus. I will be posting more. Posting more videos. I am writing daily again. And I intend to keep this up because I've scheduled it in. And, if you want more on that topic, one of my first posts was, if you don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. I wasn't scheduled for getting my stuff in, getting these videos up, my stuff written. I was doing it because it was fun and I was enjoying it. But there wasn't a schedule. But I'm discovering increasingly I need to do this. And for 3 months, I couldn't. Well, now I'm back to doing it. But one of the things I realized across that 3 months is whether I'm ranting and raving about Dumb and Dumber, Blackface Hitler, or the fat fascist flobberworm in Queen's Park, or the senile kitty toucher in the White House, or, the Agent Orange who was there before him, whatever I'm ranting and raving about, it's a pressure valve. It's a pressure release. If I'm talking about my exercise, if I'm talking about my kids, if I'm talking about my cigars, if I'm talking about my fishing, my kayaking, yoga, everything I talk about, everything I write about has been about living well. And I'm in the third act. Average male life expectancy in Canada is about 81, 82 years old. That makes 2/3 of your life 54, if my math is correct. 54 being in the rearview mirror, I'm in the third. I'm not in the third act. In one sense is empty nesting. It's the retirement years. But if you take life as beginning third, middle third, final third, I'm in the final third. I've lived 2/3 of my life. There's a hell of a lot more life in that rearview mirror than there is in front of that windshield. And all of my writing, all of my videos, they've been about navigating that well. Especially of late, the ones dealing with my depression. And doing that helps. So I will continue to do that. And I have some other things that I would like to do along the way. And perhaps we'll talk about those. Well, we won't talk about those. I'll talk about those. But I'm going to focus more on that. Living well as I navigate the third act through the gray mist of depression. I hope you'll join me for this. I'm enjoying this journey. I'm enjoying talking about these things. And I would love to have you along to listen, to comment, to share. Maybe there's something useful for you. Maybe there's something entertaining for you. I certainly hope so. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That was my time. Now is your time. And in the meantime, take care of yourself, live well, and you'll see me soon.